There are many companies right now articulating why we don't need to act on global warming. The BICEP companies, on the other hand, are articulating why acting now is smart, it's good for the environment, it's good for national security, and in their minds, good for the economy.
BICEP is Business for Innovative Climate and Energy Policy, and it's a coalition of companies that have come together because we believe that the United States needs a clean energy economy. And the group is really working together to try and influence the legislation moving forward.
The expectation today is that responsible companies will take action on climate change, and that responsible companies will actually do their part to reduce the footprint around the world. And we believe that BICEP is a way to give those business communities who are already doing that a voice on Capitol Hill, so that our legislators and our policy officials and our elected officials can understand that the business community is not against progressive and active climate legislation.
But for any company, trying to work on a state-by-state basis is impossible. We really need national legislation, and we need it to help us incentivize and get to that next level of innovation.
The legislation that BICEP's pushing for is the most progressive that we've seen come out of the business community. To see 80% reductions below 1990 levels by 2050, 25% by 2020. That's impressive to see that the business community at that level, large national and international companies are pushing for that to level the playing field.
We launched BICEP last November with 5 founding members, including Levi Strauss, Nike, Starbucks, Sun Microsystems, and Timberland. And since then, we've added eBay, Gap, Symantec, and other consumer companies. The stars here today are the business leaders who are not only interested in the rule of law, transparency, and a science-based policy, but they're interested in acting and acting now on comprehensive climate policy.
It's a priority for anyone who's involved in a global economy, whether we're talking about one store down the street here in DC or we're talking about our global supply chain. It's hugely important that we stress the urgency of climate issues.
For us as a coffee company who rely on this product that's grown in very specific regions and very specific microclimates around the world, we've already seen evidence that climate change is impacting our ability to procure coffee from these coffee farmers.
And the cost of doing this is going to continue to go up every year we wait. So it's very important that we get started now.
We need that government commitment to work on energy efficiency, and that's why BICEP has included it as one of our primary principles.
And above all, we believe that scientifically based targets and a significant price on carbon will unleash the kind of innovation that we need to lead us towards a low carbon economy and good green jobs and a prosperous future.
When the time comes to vote, they won't have the business community to hide behind, because we are going to be up there on Capitol Hill talking to them and saying, look, we need to address this now so that we have some stability as businesses, so that we can forecast our financials, so we can forecast our supply chain.
The ultimate goal, right, the end goal for everybody is that we have an international agreement on climate change. And we need something to replace Kyoto post-2012. And we are not going to get movement on climate change in the international arena unless the US comes to the table with a really clear set of policies.